sooner or later this moment comes when somebody will need to disassemble his airbrush to clean it thoroughly. Whether I like it or not, that's inevitable. And for sure I can spend 20 or so minutes doing something much more interesting, but there you have it. It has to be done. So in this video I'm going to take you through the steps that I take to deep clean my airbrush. Here I'm not going to show you a cleanup of super dirty airbrushes because I usually don't leave my airbrushes to get that dirty, but still some places can accumulate dirt and those places are usually hard to reach, so you'll see some interesting stuff. Of course, first you need to disassemble the most obvious things before we can start the cleanup process, and those would include the nozzle cap, the needle, of course the cup if it is removable. I like to remove the air valve as well because some maintenance can be done here too. The tools for cleanup, I use these airbrush cleaning brushes which can be used to clean the paint channel. I would not recommend getting them all the way through the seal for the needle because this seal can be damaged. For the nozzle, what I use are those absorbent paper points. Those are used in the dental industry, but they're quite nice for this task. There are several sizes. Since I have the 0.5mm nozzle here, I'm going to use the largest of the paper tips I have, and as you can see it fits pretty easily inside. Now for a cleaning agent, I usually use acetone when you are fast and don't trap the acetone inside of the airbrush so that it can interact with the seals for too long. It's harmless. It evaporates super quickly, so it does not have time to do any damage. And it is a very potent solution which dissolves all kinds of paint, acrylic or others. Of course, best it works with enamels and the lacquer-based paints. For such a big nozzle, I can also use a pointed Q-tip. For other nozzles, that's not possible, so something smaller needs to get in there, like a brush or something. Another vital component to clean up is the air cap, which channels the air along the nozzle. If you have debris there, your spray pattern will be very off or blocked even, so you need to clean that thoroughly. Now here I'm going to start using some tools which are not all that common. Of course, a spanner is something common, but here you have a tool set from Gallery which they sent me for the Aventus airbrush, which apparently had issues for some people. I did not have issues, but they still sent me this care package. Among the parts there are a few tools, the spanner, and a couple of bits which are quite important, as you will see in a second. A similar tool set you can purchase from their website, and I will leave a link for this in the description below the video. Now my goal here is to reach the channel, and for this I'm going to remove the retaining mechanism with the spring and everything else inside. I'm sorry, but I don't know how these things are called. Probably if I open one box, the diagram will tell me, but I'm not going to. Sorry. And we have the front of the body entirely disassembled almost. And this is the tool that I'm talking about. It looks like a flathead screwdriver that has a rod in the middle, and this is how it will remove this passage that I told you about. Now it's a good time to inspect the seal and decide whether or not you need to change it. As you can see, a lot of gunk has accumulated here. Every time you remove the needle, some paint gets inside trapped, and then it cures and it starts to look like that. So basically now we need to find every way possible to clean this opening and the entire bit. Again, acetone is our friend here, dissolving all the gunk. You can see how fast the Q-tip becomes super dirty. In this case, Q-tips were not really getting all the way through, so I invented a different solution, and that solution comes in the shape of twisted paper towel dumped in acetone, which gets twisted further inside of the opening, and that gets it through the other side. Some extra acetone to help break stuff apart, a bit more cleaning, and I'm calling this done. Now, when it comes to reassembling, we're starting from the guide tube, which should fit snugly. Next up, I'm going to apply some lubrication to this pin, which slides inside the retaining bolt. Of course, one should not forget the spring on reassembly, and this whole assembly goes inside of the main body of the airbrush. Make sure that the trigger is correctly placed inside, and also when you put the valve in, the trigger will become functional. Some lubrication is usually welcome on the trigger, on the side that it slides against the retaining piece. I would recommend always to put the needle from the front, because this way we get the risk from damaging the tip to a minimum. And if your needle is not chamfered at the back, you better do it, because this way you will make it safer for the seals inside of the airbrush. Of course, no need to mention, the needle itself needs to be cleaned up, sometimes even polished, everything to make the paint and air mixture flow better. These self-centering nozzles from Gallery are awesome. They make assembly and disassembly super easy and fast, and one should not worry about the correct positioning of the nozzle in regards to the nozzle cap, and also for snapped nozzle threads, which is a very unpleasant thing to happen, and it happens. And just like that, the airbrush is assembled back to one piece, and it is ready to paint another great model from you. Of course, this kind of disassembly is not always necessary, but every now and then, when you feel that there is too much gunk accumulated inside of the airbrush, just open it up. It's no more than 20 minutes to clean it up. And with that, this video is done. I hope you will find this useful, and don't forget all the links and a discount from Gallery you can find in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, happy modeling, fellas.